Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Al-Hikmat Highlights for the May-June 2012 issue of Al-Hikmat Muslim Magazine. I'm your host, Salma Mohammed, bringing you the latest updates and views from community events to messages from our readers and Sheikh Shafayat's Dawah trip to Bangladesh. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Sheikh Shafayat's message: Allah will replace us if we don't go in the path of Allah. A summary of the Khutbah written by Sister Karen Shah. God blesses us in different ways: wealth, knowledge, strength, character, and abilities. In chapter 6, verse 165 of the Holy Quran, we are told that some people are given more than others as a trial to see if we use God's gifts in the right way. We were born to die, and every breath, every moment brings us closer to death. Do not take your blessings for granted. Utilize God's gifts, our time, and ourselves to serve God. In chapter 9, verse 38 of the Quran, God reminds us about those who are commanded to spend their time, efforts, and possessions in the path of Allah. O ye who believe in God, what has happened to you? When is it said to go forth in the path of Allah? You will hold on strongly to earthly things. When God calls upon us to pray, teach Quran, feed the poor, and do good works, we say that we don't have time or money. Are worldly things more pleasing than God and His promises of the hereafter? Only 1% of God's mercy is here on earth. The other 99% is in paradise. Let it be known that the life of this world is nothing in comparison to the hereafter. When we see wrong things, what do? Do we try to change it with our hands, our tongue, or do we keep silent? Do we enjoin good and forbid evil? Do we encourage others to pray and do good works so that God will be pleased with us? Paradise is beyond our imagination. We think our little piece of living on earth is everything. We work to own. Verse 39 continues, unless we go forth and spend our time, money, and ability in God's path doing things for Him, there will be a dreadful punishment now and later. Aren't things worse now for Muslims here in America than before 9/11? That's because most of us are just eaters and sleepers and make no effort to spread God's message. The consequences are here: oppression and attacks on Muslims because most Muslims make no effort. We have our heads in the sand. The whole world is attacking us. Look at your penalty. We have not made enough effort to change the world's perception of Muslims and Islam. This is a serious thing. And chapter 9, verse 39 also states that if we don't spread God's message, which is teaching the Quran, prayer, helping the poor, etc., God will change us and put other people in our place to do the job. When you don't do your job, you're fired. Converts and reverts will come and take the job and get the blessings and the rewards. Let us join in the works that are good and spread the message of God. Don't sit here and criticize. Be supportive and take action, and God will make things easy for us. If we do good for Allah, then good will follow us. We will have peace. In chapter 17, verse 7, God tells us that if you persevere in doing good, you will but be doing good to yourselves, and if you do evil, it will be to yourselves. What goes around comes around. If not now, then later. God's peace and blessings will follow us when we do the right thing.
Email feedback from USA. Please mail the Al-Hikmat magazine. Thanks. Mansoura, New York. Canada. I would like to receive a prophet's genealogy. Akaz, Toronto. USA. I'm interested in your studies, and as a believer in the Deen, I would like to study more of your materials. Edward, Florida. Africa. We are lucky to have a wonderful website like yours for information on Islam. Fahmi Ahmad, Ethiopia.
Rabbi's message: abandoning prejudice. Every citizen of the USA is an equal citizen. In recent days, we have been watching the Trayvon Martin case. As I write this article, I continue to be distressed by all of the circumstances surrounding this situation. It is a story that is laden with prejudice. Prejudice comes from the Latin pre, and judice meaning judging before. It means making a judgment before having the facts. It means looking at an African American and assuming this person is a criminal. It means considering a Muslim and assuming that this person is a terrorist. It means looking at a Jew and assuming that the person is trying to cheat you out of your money. It judges an individual based on assumptions without knowing the facts. Are there Jews who have cheated others out of money? Absolutely. And there have been Christians and Muslims who have done the same. And the same is true for every stereotype about every ethnic and religious group. We have not yet transcended prejudice in our culture. While our Constitution is an ideal document that is truly blind to prejudice, in reality, we as human beings have not lived up to the ideals that bind us together as Americans. When President George Washington addressed by letter the members of Torah Synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island, after his inauguration, President Washington stated, "All possess a like liberty of conscience and immunities of citizenship. It is now no more that toleration is spoken of as if it was by the indulgence of one class of people that another enjoyed the exercise of their inherent natural rights. For happily the government of the United States, which gives to bigotry no sanction, no persecution, no assistance, requires only that they who live under its protection should demean themselves as good citizens, in giving it on all occasions their effectual support. No citizen of the United States is tolerated, as if some toleration were a favor to a minority group. Every citizen of the United States is an equal citizen. The government of the United States is a democratic government of the people. Its existence is predicted only on the authority given to it by the people. Example, the government's constituents. When the government wrongs an individual, it is wronging one of its own citizens. And when an individual is wronged by another, the government has an obligation to protect the rights of that citizen. When we continue to hear stories of prejudice within our own borders, it pains those of us who love this country and the ideals which we believe it should represent. We often criticize the oppression in other countries, the violence and persecution overseas, but perhaps we need to begin right in our own backyard before declaring self-righteous proclamations of moral superiority. I do believe that our country's ideals are represented in our institution, and those values can bind all of us together as American citizens, whether we share religious commonalities or not. But our goal as fellow citizens needs to be to ensure that the people who represent our government and who claim citizenship truly help to fulfill the ideals represented in the values that bind us together as Americans.
Voice of our readers, letters. My studies in Islam. I have seen one of your Islamic magazine and will highly appreciate a subscription if in any way possible. I would also appreciate a Quran, preferably Yusuf Ali version with the English and Arabic transliteration. Also, if you have any books on Al-Bukhari Hadith, marriage, etc., I myself am a Muslim and would like to continue my studies in Islam, inshallah. Thank you if you took the time out of your day to read this letter. If you can, in any way possible, help me with these things, I will truly be grateful. Robert Shepard, Abdul Karim, Melton, Florida, USA. Request to be on Al-Hikmat mailing list. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah bless us with success. I am requesting to be placed on your mailing list for the monthly publication of Al-Hikmat. Please, I will truly appreciate your assistance in this matter. May Allah's peace and blessing be with you, inshallah. Mr. Walter Eli Williams, Perry, Florida, USA.
Al-Hikmat Dawah and Research Center at Masjid Al-Hijra, 6128 Southwest 27th Street, Miramar, Florida 33023. Dawah activities that take place at Al-Hikmat Dawah and Research Center: printing of Islamic publications and Muslim magazine, distribution of Quran, CDs, DVDs, pamphlets, etc., radio and TV programs, interfaith activities, feeding and clothing the poor, orphans, and needy, scholarship or financial aid for students seeking to study Islam, and Al-Hikmat TV 24/7 online. Fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah. Your kind and generous support will help us with these dawah services. Our office hours are Mondays through Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more details, you can contact the Al-Hikmat office at 954-986-0158 or 1-800-804-0267, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com or visit our website on www.alhikmat.com.
Al-Hikmat Services recognizes Rabbi Dr. Yaakov Thompson. Rabbi Thompson's community work has been recognized by the New Jersey General Assembly, the Assembly of the State of New York, and by Broward County, Florida. Rabbi Thompson's community and academic work has been recognized in volumes including Who's Who in Religion, Who's Who in America, and Who's Who in Biblical Studies and Archaeology. Rabbi Thompson has contributed articles in journals in America, Israel, and France. He has published on diverse topics such as biblical studies, logotherapy, Jewish ethics, and history. Rabbi Thompson is also a regular contributor to news media and regular guest on WPBT's religious panel show, Viewpoint. Rabbi Thompson has an active presence in cyberspace via his personal website, radioyaakov.com, which features podcasts on Jewish topics and links to other projects known as the Rock and Roll Rabbi. He also regularly performs his homegrown brand of rock folk music at area venues. Rabbi Dr. Yaakov Thompson was ordained at the Jewish Theological Seminary in 1983. He also received the degrees of Master of Arts and Doctor of Hebrew Literature from the seminary, where he served as an assistant professor of the Bible. He has served congregations in New York, New Jersey, and for the past 12 years, Florida. Rabbi Dr. Yaakov Thompson and Sheikh Shafayat have been together on many TV programs.
Community events for May-June 2012 issue. Jam and All in South Florida, an organization of Jews, Muslims, Christians, and all people. A decade of dialogue celebrating the 10th anniversary of Jam and All. On Sunday, March 25, 2012, Sheikh Shafayat was invited by Jam and All at the Artserve Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, USA, to celebrate their 10th anniversary. The event was a great success. Mr. David and Mrs. Jane Kamrat and Sheikh Shafayat were awarded as the co-founders of JAM. The event also recognized the late Dr. Florence M. Ross for all her hard work. World's first Muslim spelling bee competition. On Saturday, March 30, 2012, Al-Hikmat TV was invited by Brother Tausif Malik to broadcast live the world's first Muslim spelling bee competition at American Youth Academy in Tampa, Florida. The objective of this event was to have students' participation in local, national, and international educational competitions. The world's first Muslim spelling bee competition connected communities across North America, UK, Dubai, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and Asia. The event was indeed a great success. Passover with Rabbi Barry Silva in Boca Raton, Florida, USA. On Saturday, April 8, 2012, Sheikh Shafayat was invited by Rabbi Barry Silva to celebrate the Jewish occasion Passover at the home of his mother. Passover begins on the 15th day of the month of Nisan in the Jewish calendar, which is spring in the Northern Hemisphere, and is celebrated for 7 or 8 days. It is one of the most widely observed Jewish holidays. Fashionable, fit, and fabulous. On Saturday, April 14, 2012, Yasmin Kanar, famously known as Yaz the Spaz, and Naduna, presented a special Fashionable, Fit, and Fabulous program at Darul Institute on April 14, 2012. The program was organized by Sister Fauzia Mohammed, Sister Seher Sheikh, and Sister Sarah Qadri. The program included a speech by Sister Naima Khan Ghani, a fashion show by Yaz the Spaz, and the Zumba by Naduna. The program was a great success. MashaAllah. Sheikh Shafayat's Dawah trip. Recent meeting with Islamic scholars in Bangladesh. Alhamdulillah, in March and April 2012, Sheikh Shafayat was invited to Bangladesh by Brother Shaukat Hussain, President of Masjid Al-Amin, Delray, Florida, to be the chief guest at the graduation ceremony at Bikrampur College and the groundbreaking ceremony of a new masjid in Sayyidpur village in Bangladesh. The event was covered by ATN National Television of Bangladesh. The Sheikh delivered Jummah Khutbah at Darul Uloom in Saidpur village and at Masjid Noor in Sungam Begia, where over 2,000 people were in attendance. He met with Islamic scholars and was given a tour to various Islamic institutions in Bangladesh. Brother Afzal Ramjan from South Florida accompanied Sheikh Jaffer on this wonderful journey to Bangladesh. MashaAllah.
Congratulations to Shamik and Anisha Sahadat. Shamik and Anisha were once more blessed with a baby girl. Fatima Ariana Sahadat was born in Keystone Hospital, Nisa, Georgia, USA on April 9, 2012 at 1:45 a.m. She weighed 6 pounds, 14 ounces and was 19 inches long. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the 3 kids of Shamik and Anisha and make them amongst the righteous, inshallah. Congratulations to Dr. Imtiaz and Sobia. Dr. Imtiaz and Sobia were recently married on December 18, 2011 in Crystal Palace Banquet in Mount Prospect, Illinois, USA. Their walima was held at Shahi Nihari Lombard, Illinois on December 19, 2011. The couple presently resides in Indiana. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them with a prosperous marriage, inshallah.
Thank you for joining us on Al-Hikmat TV for the Al-Hikmat highlights of the May-June 2012 issue of the Al-Hikmat Muslim magazine. We hope you enjoy the show. And before signing off today, I would like to share with you some words of wisdom, which are, in life you will meet 2 kinds of people, ones who bring you up and ones who tear you down. In the end, you will thank them both. And remember that your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the show and see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.